Again and again! Over and over and over and over! Tied, tortured, tormented, troubled, on top of me, inserted in me, fucking me! Over and over and over and over! Objects! Punishing more objects inside me! Tortured memories and prison molested! Broken! I can't breathe. Fire. Thick black smoke in my lungs. I can't get it. Help me! Help me! I can't get it! Mommy! Daddy! Blood boiling, vessels bursting, fat oozing, help! Help! Fire! Door slams. Searing in. 1, 2, 3, 4. 29 footsteps. Stiff. Still. Motionless. I'm sick! Sick! I'm sick! I'm nauseous! Stop it, please! Stop. 4 times yesterday. 5 times today. Wounds. Bruises. Deep lacerations. He's penetrating me! Stop it! Stop! Footsteps. 1, 2, 3, 4. 29 footsteps! 4 slams. He's gone. Gone. You did this to me! 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 You did
Just take away seat, please, everybody. Take away seat.
I am sweating.
Could I ask the sixth form just to sit down? Watch. Do you want to sit in your seats because don't sit down in case it's attached to you.
Can you see this costume?
I made it.
It is right.
In relation to it's a different experience seeing it here than it is seeing it there. And part of what's very interesting is you become part of what we watch, the audience, which is really quite, and it's actually as interesting watching the audience because in the two performances that we've actually seriously done and had an audience, it's been quite interesting watching the audience. And I thank you for doing that. Can you describe what it was like to be in there watching it?
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster. Now, is that a good thing or a theatre? Now we're here. The interesting thing is we create theatre, and you know you're very lucky to see 2 days in a row two plays taken from the same kind of practitioner, and we'll talk about similarities after that. So you're quite lucky, I suppose, to experience that. But it is theatre. It is theatre. Okay, even though it deals with the dark issue, and we can discuss that dark issue and how you think we dealt with that. But as an experience, what did you say, Chantal?
A roller coaster.
A roller coaster. And describe that more, because that's an interesting word to think of when you're writing. In what way a roller coaster?
I don't know, I felt like I was like, do you ever get in one of them roller coasters? Did you get on like a scary ghost train or something? And then you're just like riding around and everything's popping out at you.
That's quite interesting. That's quite observant. So well done. Well done for saying that. That's interesting. Anything else anyone wants to say? Your facial expression was very interesting. Yeah. So how did you feel?
I don't know. I was crying halfway through.
Crying?
Yeah.
With sadness or
I don't know.
With fear.
with fear?
Yeah.
So when they were like, you know what, we stuff the whole way around, it was really like emotional.
Can you use words to describe why it was emotional? What made it emotional?
I don't know. All the words
Seeing them
that
so
were
distressed.
Because the words that they used weren't kind of naturalistic words. You know, they weren't giving a monologue as a monologue might usually be given. Did you notice that?
Yeah.
What would you say about that? The words that they're saying.
It was like old-fashioned.
Yeah, I know. That's interesting. Old-fashioned. Anybody else have any comments? Aoife, it would be nice if you woke up. Thank you. It would be nice. Any other word? Any idea?
Concept like stages more than
I think if it said poetical, lyrical, would they be words that you might say?
Like words that you would associate with a poem
With a
rather than
poem.
a story. You know, like isolated words.
Some of those words came from
Yeah.
poems that
Yeah.
they took from poems in their research. I'd given them poems that people who were victims of abuse had written, and some of those words came. So the idea was actually to make it lyrical.
Did you
Okay.
find it hard to like act in characters?
Yeah, because like you're playing someone like I'm playing someone who's been raped and has 7 kids, and I've never been raped and I don't have any kids, so it's
Thank you for sharing that with us, Anna. Just clarification there.
just a
The 7 kids, I wasn't sure about.
Tell me about the characters, the other characters. Then you've got the victim. What other characters were there? The criminal. What did you get? What did you get, Emma, about the abuser? What did you get about him?
He is a freak.
In what? Yes.
Was everything stuck on the mask? Was it the abuser?
Yes. Yeah. And it's the place called Behind the Mask. And did you get any of that?
I got it like where he's like, it was a known person, but he could still do stuff like that to a girl.
He made them feel like
Yeah, like he could have beer. he
Made
could
them
read
feel like they
newspaper
were
and stuff
loved.
Like that. The two-faced.
Two-faced. Okay. Anything else that you got from it?
What was your favourite part?
No, let's come back now. Let's get this. let's use some more questioning technique. Let's lure me. Tell me about this. Lure me in. Tell me more about this abuser.
Like he just seems like a normal person, but he's not.
Okay. What normal things did they try to portray that he did? There is a line in the play where he's shit and piss like the rest of us, and there's a line from a play, and I quite like that idea. That I suppose there was that idea. Doing things that normal people did. Okay. And then, what about the light on the mask? How did you find that moment? Did you notice that?
The what?
Yeah, the torches.
Oh yeah, when he's had the torches up the mouth, like when he's afraid when he's really
Sometimes there's subtleties in performances and they are genuinely missed, and sometimes for an exam like this, sometimes when it's moderated, sometimes it's, those things are missed as well. Okay, what did you like about it? What did you like about it as a gentleman? Is like the wrong hard word?
It was, I don't know, it's like,
every bit of a story.
Let him have a say. What's the word that you think you could use?
I felt like running away.
there was a lot of it being said together, like behind the curtain, where they were saying all the different things to different kids and all together.
Okay. So you like the use of voices?
Yeah.
Did you notice different things that did with it? Overlapping the voices? Repeating? Those, and we can talk about what you saw yesterday and what you saw today, because I think there are strong similarities in the practice. Do you think it's better sitting in there than watching it from here? Anyone who's watched both?
I'd rather be
Is
there.
it better? What?
I'd rather be there.
That's the whole point though, isn't
But
it?
I think sitting out here, seeing their faces makes it better. But then when you're in there,
It's kind of voyeuristic. I think
Yes.
if you were paying for a seat, I think paying here for a seat would be equally as worthwhile,
Yes.
would be my opinion. And I actually would think if you did this, you wouldn't have those seats, but I think you could have seats if you did create a piece of theatre. I think it's quite interesting because you actually watch the audience. That's really interesting. We've never done that as a piece of
Never.
theatre before, but you kind of watch. Offending the audience, I
It
suppose, is
is.
a bit like
Closest
that.
to it.
But you know, the audience become part of the attraction and the voyeurism, the watching.
I know.
Because
I haven't
you're
seen
watching-
it with anybody in the centre yet. I've seen the piece in as it has grown and evolved into what it has become, and the empty seats just didn't add anything to it. The concept was really intriguing, but the reality coming in, and because I'm going to see it again and be in where you've just said, I was trying to extract myself away from it so as I couldn't see all of your reactions, but because I knew what was going to happen next, I was really fascinated how you chose to position yourselves in the centre, because some of you took a focal point and you stuck with it. Some people were really intrigued with what was going on around them, and every time there was a sound
I
cue
find
or
that
move,
watching
they
people.
moved.
I find what some people
And then
told me.
laughed.
Yeah.
And then
Laughed in the middle of
laughed
the what
But you became part of
it.
what we were watching, because we were actually.
yeah, that's what it was.
And the more I've watched it, the more I have found engaging the audience, which is a totally different piece of theatre, which I hadn't actually thought about. But that's quite.
It's a new layer.
Doesn't
to
it? It fulfills that voyeurism which we all quite
Yes.
enjoy, because we're actually watching people having an experience, which is quite interesting.
And also that experience is right intimate.
And if you change 8 people every hour on the hour, you'll get a different reaction.
Yeah.
Because what I thought was, we have no concept of who's sitting in this room today who has issues.
Do you think the sound really helped you?
And I think being in there will help us with And it almost needed a rip.
I said that to the group.
More so whereas yesterday I didn't feel the need to put on a prior warning because I felt there was still the distance between the performer and
Just before we go, everybody, devised work is very interesting. I know some of you are also embarking on that in other sectors. Devised work, you start with nothing. You start with nothing, you start with a totally blank canvas, and where you go with it is to create an original piece of theatre